Hello, thanks for joining me. I'm out this afternoon. I just thought that I'd better put a few miles under a belt, a few running in miles. So the main reason that I'm out this afternoon, although it's bright but there are showers about, is to put some running in miles under my belt, and also I'm trying out a few camera positions. So I'm hopeful that you can see me okay, and I'll just take you out on a little running in ride. Thanks for joining me. Sky's a bit black over there, something to look forward to perhaps. Now, as I mentioned in a previous little vlog, the running in procedure is just to be gentle with it for a little while, and I did mention 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, sorry, 10, 20, 30, 40 for your gears, and then 40 to 50 and fifth on reasonably flat roads if you can find them. Now here where I live, there's not, we haven't got any mountains and we haven't got any massive hills. We can avoid them, but there are quite naturally some sort of inundations in the landscape, shall we say. So you are going up and down a little bit, but it's I'm finding it relatively easy, and I have to say, really pleasurable. It's really nice to just put along, especially on these sort of lanes. The bike itself's a joy, it really is. Some of you may have seen my post entitled Build Quality, and I think most people get what I'm saying, but I'm not in any way, shape or form saying that this is a bad bike and riddled with faults. It really isn't. So far from it. I'm delighted with the bike, and generally I'm delighted with the build quality. It was just a slight, as I said at the time, fly in the ointment on the mudguard, and should I be saying anything? Now, I have been back to the dealership on a previous running in ride, and they were happy. They were absolutely fine about it. They said, yeah, they've taken photographs, they'll send it off, and they said, well, let's just see what they say. But they can't really see any issues in replacing it. It's just that they did tell me that Royal Enfield can take a while to process sort of warranty claims, and I think some of that is partly due to, as the serviceman said, obviously they don't hold every part for every bike in stock in every colour scheme, and it may be that a mudguard has to be sent from India once they've received the authorization, and then he said we'll get it booked in and we'll get it swapped over. So the service has been everything you'd expect. I've got no problems at all, and there was certainly no jumping up and down. I know one or two commented on that, so happy with that. The bike's great. I'm not going to do what I call a review just yet until the first service is over and I can report back on my findings of the bike, having ridden it for a little while. As far as buying the bike's concerned, it was quite a good experience, really. I was looking sort of the end of January, early February, and at the end of January, when I was negotiating the deal, I did ask for one or two things. I asked for, obviously, like you do, to see if I could get it for a bit better price, and see if they'd throw in things like delivery and maybe even the first service. Well, I got 2 out of 3, so as Meatloaf says, 2 out of 3 ain't bad. I got them to throw in delivery, and I did get it for what I consider to be a good price, but it was dependent on me taking delivery. Actually, at that time it was by the end of January, but it was very late January, and I didn't actually return until the first week in February, and asked them if the deal was still on the table, and he said yes, but you'll have to have it now. And I said yeah, let's go for it then. And they turned the bike round in a few days and dropped it off for me, and as I've already mentioned, I'm really happy with it. I'm not altogether happy with all the potholes on our roads in the UK, but that's something where I guess we've got to become accustomed to. A JCB now. So you see a lot of these JCBs in these parts, because we're not far from the factory at all. The main sort of factories, I know they build them all over the world. Oh, it's not a JCB. Look, you see, it's yellow. It looks like a tractor. I thought it's a JCB. I've been hoodwinked. I've been. I can't believe it. How dare they copy our JCBs built in Staffordshire and other places around the world. Ah, now then, a multi-strada, I think, going the other way. A few years ago I had a multi-strada. I'll tell you about it when I change my camera angle. Now looking over there, I'm going to go straight in to all that rain, so I might turn around actually. I think it's now then, if I go that way there's no rain, so there's a possibility. I think I'll go that way. Be back in a sec. Okay, I'm going to turn around. I'm not going to go into that. I'm not going to go into that rain just for the sake of it. So I'll just turn it round. Manoeuvrability is great because it's only a little bike, but okay, and now we're off. Second, third. That's top gear. I'm not sure if that was second, it might have been third, fourth and then fifth. But we're off now. Oh yeah, now going the other way just was a multi-strada, and I mentioned that I used to have a multi-strada. I think it was a 1200, 1250, something like that. It was a number of years ago. And you know, it was the only bike that I've ever had. When I test drove it, I thought, wowee, what a thing this is. I've never been on anything more powerful in my life. But then having taken delivery and ridden it for only a short while, I thought the thing And I know that, please don't get on to me, I'm not knocking Multistraders, they're beautiful bikes, but it really wasn't for me at my age. This is more for me. Put round the lanes, absolutely brilliant. The Multistrada, it was just too quick. It was a hooligan of a bike. I've never been on anything like it. And I thought, if you've got a bike, you know, sometimes you do try the performance out. I mean, that's what you have them for. But that thing, oh, I could see that it was just an accident waiting to happen, or a license loser. And I'm not that daft. I'm too old. The job that I just recently retired to precluded me from being a lunatic on the road. I'd have lost my job. So, but that Multistrada was, in one respect, it was something else. So, like I said, please don't go down at me. I'm not knocking Multistraders. Just like I wasn't knocking build quality of Royal Enfields. But, well, it was mental. It was a mad bike, and probably the fastest thing I've ever owned. But again, that says more about me than anything else, really, because I've never really gone down the sports bike route. Never really been into that sort of thing. Okay. So I'm going back the way I came now, simply to avoid a dirty, great big cloud and clear rain in the Uttoxeter area. So we'll give that a swerve. You know, I find that one of the joys of a little bike like this, one of the absolute biggest pleasures, is that they're so unthreatening, so manoeuvrable, so able to go anywhere, especially when you're on these type of roads. This is what they do. This is what they're for. They're fantastic. Is that if you see a lane you haven't been down before, you just dive down it. It's great. You're exploring new areas. You're finding, and how many times do you get to the end of the lane and think, that's where it comes past, that's where it comes out. I've been down there a million times, and I've never actually been down there. And it's almost an education, and it's a pleasure to just be out exploring. And this bike does it as, I mean, can you imagine coming on lanes like this on a pan-European or a Goldwing or an electric glide or a big tourer? It's just overkill. Well, it isn't even overkill. This is perfect for this job. This is what it's about. Put your pan-European, which I love it. I love pan-Europeans. Put your big tourers on the motorway and go, I don't know, go to Italy. But if it comes to tootling around the lanes of Staffordshire and Derbyshire and Snowdonia or wherever you want to go to, I wouldn't swap it for this. This is perfect. Now, this might just give me a quick opportunity to show you what I was talking about running in. Oh, I've got a bend up there, a bit of a chevron, and I don't know this lane, so I'll have to see how it goes. In fact, I'll get past the chevron first. Yeah, so we're going under this railway bridge. I just wanted to show you the running in, the 1, 2, 3, 4 business, and how sort of easy it is. So, now there's a bike. There's always something. So here we are. I'll just pull up here just for a second and show you the running in process. Now, so first gear up to 10 mile an hour, then into second up to 20 mile an hour, into third up to 40 mile an hour, into fifth up to 50 mile an hour. Brr, 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 brr. Simple as that, although the engine doesn't sound like that. It sounds more like put, 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 put. But that's great. Now then, just wait for these cars to go, and then I'll show you. I'll try and look down at the speedo so that you can see the speedo, but it's really easy. You can do it by sound. Okay, so let's get rolling. I hope you can see the speedo there. Let's have a go. So as soon as you get rolling, I'm in second. Rolling, I'm in third. Rolling, I'm in fourth. And now I've got to slow down, would you believe it? I've got another chevron. Who'd have thought the Royal Enfield had been too fast for these lanes? Goodness me, who'd have thought it? But you get me drift. You see what I'm talking about. It's very simple. You can do it today. I'm on 30 now. I'm just going to go up one. Up to 40. Oh, I think I was in. I'm confusing myself, aren't I? I wouldn't get this job. Show somebody how to run a bike in, Keith. Yeah, okay. Right, let's have another go. So, just to show you how to run this in. Really simple. 10, 20, 30, 40. Change, 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 change. As soon as you get going, you change. As soon as you change again. Very simple. Let's have another go. Right. Come on. Let him go. And now I'm in third. Up to 30. I can't believe it. I've got chevrons again. 40. Change, I'm in 50. Up to 50, I'm in top gear. I'm not doing a very good job of this, am I? But there you go, I'll just enjoy the ride. I'll shut up. Turned into quite a nice afternoon. Oh, little Yamaha RD200. Just before my time, that one. Looks a beautiful bike. My time was the people remember the square tank, you know, the real like coffin shaped tank on them. Some of my mates had them, but I was a bit more of a Suzuki man myself because I wanted to be a little bit different, and they were all keen on the Yamahas. I had the Suzuki GT 185 at that time. My mates had the Yamaha 200s. They were a little bit quicker, but I thought my little Suzuki was sort of, I don't know, I think it was a bit more reliable, to be honest. Perhaps it wasn't quite so stressed as the Yamahas that were high revving and quite quick for the size. How lucky am I? Beautiful day. Out in the countryside. The rain's disappeared over there somewhere. I'm surrounded by, yeah, there's blue skies everywhere, so this is great. Put a few miles under a belt, ready for the first service at the beginning of the, I think, first day of March. What I was saying earlier about going down lanes, I went down a lane a little while ago and I wasn't recording it, and as I went down the lane I had a kamikaze pheasant that walked across the road very gently, and just as he'd walked across the road and just as I was getting up to him, he changed his mind and back he came, and I had a little bit of an emergency braking situation because I don't like killing things. And I like it even less if a pheasant brings me off my new Royal Enfield. But we managed to avert a catastrophe. But just be careful of the pheasants if you're ever in these parts. There we are. This is a place called Bliffield Reservoir. I don't know if it's Severn Trent or South Staff's Water. It's South Staff's Water according to that sign, and they're the people who do our water supplies in this area. Nice place. There we go. One or two bikes out today taking advantage of the decent weather. Wow, an ice cream man in February. Ever the optimist, eh? I don't know what we've got here, but I don't think I'll be taking him on. Yeah, I think he's got a Hitchcock's cam in there. Yeah. Now I hope you can see where I am, and so, because this is the first time out with this camera on my head, and I won't know till I get back whether this is worthy of a YouTube post or not. It's quite a good little shadow, that. Looks like I've got a nipple on my head. Looks like I'm one of them German soldiers from the First World War. Anyway, I digress. So hopefully this footage is good enough. Hopefully people like looking at a little ride out in the English countryside. This is a place called Abbots Bromley now. Well, Abbots Bromley is to the right, and I'm going to go left up towards Utoxeter. Great, isn't it? What a great bike for these sort of roads. Oh, another rainbow in front of me. Just to the left there. I don't know if the camera's picking it up. That'll be interesting to see when I get back. But roads like this on a nice day, what more could you want? Another 80 horsepower, I hear some people say. Well, not me. You can have it and sail off into the distance. This is perfect for me, putting around the countryside. Okay, coming to the end now, so thank you so much for joining me on this little running in trip and putting up with the mumblings of an old man. Thank you for your support on the channel, which I've only just started, but thank you so much for your support. It is appreciated, and please feel free to like and subscribe and all those good things and comment, and I'll see you on the next one. Thank you, bye, ride safe.